Welcome back to Wealthy Mentor Trading, everyone. Today is June the 5th, 2022, and today I'm going to be looking at the S&P 500 and where my targets are going into next week. We did have a week where we did trend sideways, so I do have some targets for you guys. Along with four names, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on going into the week ahead. Names like Amazon, set to complete the 21 stock split happening on Monday, along with NIO reporting their earnings on Thursday. I do have some targets for that for you guys. Along with Microsoft, did have an off week, citing their Q4 revenue earnings, and their guidance is slightly lower than expected. Along with Tesla cutting 10% of the workforce, it did draw some bearish momentum on Tesla. So I am going to be discussing the targets on that as well. But before we get started, guys, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, make sure you to subscribe to the channel, and also, if you are interested in trading with us on our Discord channel at Wealthy Mentor Trading, we do have a sale going on right now. It entails 2 months for 97 bucks, and it includes day trading, right? It also includes swing trading if you are a swing trader, along with options callouts, analyst upgrades and downgrades, along with market analysis every morning to get you guys prepped. All right. So if you are interested in that, the link is in the description to get you guys going. With that being said, I do have the S&P 500 chart here, and as you guys can see, we are on the daily time frame. What I was looking for was a break above 4,200 to continue the bullish momentum that we've had the past few days, right? Unfortunately, the whole week that we had, it was a shortened week, Tuesday through Friday. We did consolidate sideways below that 41.65 area. As you guys can see here, we did have multiple rejections below that area. So to me, it's pretty much a neutral territory right now, right? So I am going to be continue to look above that 4,200 line as an area where I need to see break to confirm that we are heading higher. And if we do move higher, as I mentioned in last week's stream, my area that I'm looking for to hit is that $4,300 line, which coincides with this consolidation area that we did have all the way from April to May, right? So I am looking for a break above 4,200 to retest these areas to see how bulls react. And now on the bear side, I definitely look at this chart right here, and it does make a case for something similar to this, right? We did have a big run up, similar to what we're having right now, a big run up, and we did have a bit of a consolidation and then a drop down. So here is the consolidation. So this week could be one of those things where if we do not break above 4,200, we could potentially drop down, testing 40.50 and even 39.85. And to me, that would lead me to believe that it is another dead cat bounce for a move going lower, right? So that area that you definitely need to watch is that 4,000 to 4,050 area. If we drop below that and do have daily closes underneath that area, that can definitely set the tone going into the week and set the tone going ahead, right? So what you want to see on the bull side is a break above 4,200. On the bear side, you want to see a break below $4,000. All right, guys. So those are my views on the S&P 500. Now, as I did mention at the start of the stream, I do have four stocks that are definitely important. And the first one being Amazon, right? So Amazon is having their 20-to-1 stock split on Monday, which is around $192.50 per share. So I'll let you guys know what I'm going to be watching. The ticker is AMZN. And here we are on the daily time frame. And as you guys can see, the price action has already shifted down to the stock split numbers, reflecting that starting Monday. So what am I looking on Amazon for bullish momentum? To me, it is that 133 line. As you guys can see here, it was previous support on these drops back on January the 24th, and one more time here on March. So as you guys know, previous support on the way up, it turns into resistance, right? So I am looking for a break above 133. Now, if you are a bull, you're definitely going to watch that 133 line all the way to take profit area of 145.50, right? As I did mention, we do have some strong resistance here, so it's going to take a lot of bull action. So this catalyst with the 20-to-1 split, personally, stock splits are a bearish thing. It devalues your shares, it devalues the company overall, but recently and in the past 2 years, it has been a sign for the bulls to step in and push this stock or even names like Tesla to astronomical highs. So now that Amazon is a reasonable amount to afford, down from $2,000 plus to $133, you're definitely going to see the bulls step in and definitely push above that 133 line. So I am looking at 133 for a push to 145.5 as my first take profit target. Next take profit target is that 159 area. And guys, we definitely need to see a lot of bull action for us to move that high. Now to the downside, if we don't get our overall market outlook that is bearish, I am looking at that 116 line for my key to short, right? And if that does break, we're pretty much testing this area right here where we did have two small bounces back on May the 11th and the 25th of May. So again, guys, if we do receive some bearish action and not so much the expectations of what everyone else is thinking during a stock split, we could definitely drop below that 116 line, testing 101. So watch if you are a bull above 133, and if you're a bear, look at that 116 line. Overall, from the past previous performance during stock splits, it has been a bullish sign. So definitely keep Amazon on your watch list going into tomorrow. Amazon is also one of the names that we do trade at Wealthy Mentor Trading. So if you are interested in getting my targets going into tomorrow and throughout the week, definitely hit us up in the description where we do have that promo going on. All right. Next name that is important, and it is reporting earnings on Thursday. That is NIO. So NIO delivered around 7,000 electronic vehicles in May, just 5% more than a year ago. Its production has been impacted by the supply chain disruptions after the government imposed lockdowns in Beijing and Shanghai to address the increase in COVID cases, right? So that is the fundamental aspect. The technical aspect, as you guys can see here, we are trending lower. We are on the daily time frame, and if I were to switch to the weekly time frame, it would give you guys a pretty much clear picture, right? So if you are a betting person, you definitely would see this chart and you'd say that we are heading lower, right? So to me, I am bearish on NIO. Their numbers aren't that great from a year ago. Yes, they do have supply chain issues. Yes, on the bull side, EV vehicles are getting more popular, but not this time, right? I don't believe that NIO is ready for the prime time. So as a bear, I am looking for a continued move lower down to that 1150 area, retesting this bounce that we did have back on May the 9th. Now, if you are a bull, what do you want to see? You want to see a break above $19, right? As you guys can see here, we have been rejected multiple times, and most recently, last week, where we tested $19 and got a rejection, and it created this doji candle, right? So if you guys don't know what this is, it does signify that it is a reversal candle, right? So initial rejection of $19 and a reversal candle, it definitely pushes down to 1150. Now, that does not mean that bulls can't step in and retest $19. So on an earnings beat, look for that $19 break to retest this area right here where we did have two rejections on the weekly time frame at $24. So best case scenario for the bulls, a break above 19 to take profit at $24. My second take profit is that 26.5, which was previous support here last year in December, and now turns heavy resistance on the way up. All right. So my thoughts are that we are going to get rejected once more at $19 and then trickle down back to $11.50 once again. All right. So that is NIO on the weekly time frame and the daily time frame. Earnings are on Thursday. Another name that made the headlines, that was Microsoft. MSFT is the ticker. And I am going to switch over here to the daily time frame to give you guys a clear picture, right? And here we are on the daily time frame. So to me, what am I looking at if I'm a bull? Right off the bat, I can see that 280 is clear resistance, right? We pretty much had support here back on September 2021. We bounced off it once more on January 2022. Bulls stepped in, protecting the line again in March, and finally we broke down. So obviously we did have clear support. So on the way up, just like the other names I discussed, 280 is going to be that critical point of resistance, right? So we definitely look to see if 280 breaks for a potential push to that 291.50 line. So why is Microsoft important to me? Now, Microsoft reported strong Q3 earnings with a 26% year-over-year increase in cloud revenue. But in early June, the company revised its Q4 revenue and earnings guidance downward, citing the impact of foreign exchange fluctuations. So that did bring a bearish reaction in the markets last week on Microsoft. We did have a dip down lower. I am going to switch over here to the 4-hour time frame to show you guys what I'm talking about, right? So Microsoft did have that bearish news, temporarily dropping down to that 262 area before bulls stepped in and bought it and pushed it back up. So on the bull side, if you want to see a continued action from this consolidation area that we've been in pretty much all of last week, with the exception of this drop, we do need to see a break above $280, right? For take profits of $291.50. But overall, to me, this just looks like a weak move with weak volume confirmation. And pretty much I can see Microsoft trickling back down to that 262 area. And if we do not hold that area, I am opening shorts and I am instructing students at Wealthy Mentor Trading for a break below 262 for a retest of that 246.50 line, right? That we did have tested back on May the 20th. Now, Microsoft does hold a part of the S&P 500, and it is one of those big names. So keep in mind that for a move below 262, we're definitely going to have to see some market weakness. And as I did mention, I am a bear below that 4,000 line on the S&P 500. So definitely correlate the two between Microsoft and the S&P 500 for your Q to short below 262. All right. So next name on the list is Tesla. And, Tesla has been in the news again. There isn't a week that Tesla doesn't go into the news. And this week, Elon Musk ordered a hiring pause worldwide, citing super bad feelings about the economy, right? He also sent a message to his employees on Friday informing them of plans to cut 10% of the workforce. So here we are on Tesla. TSLA is the ticker, and here we are on the daily time frame, right? So last week we had a hard time breaking that 780 line. As you guys can see, we did have a few rejections here on the daily time frame, 1, 2, 3 days where we momentarily wicked above 780 but got rejected, and we just did close above that $700 line as the key support area. Now, if I were to switch to the weekly time frame, you guys get to see exactly what I'm talking about. And this chart to me looks like that we are heading lower, right? We got rejected again at 780, closed just above $700 support. So what am I looking at going into next week? I am bearish on Tesla, guys, right? To me, all signs point that we are going to break $700 and retest this area right here at 620, right? We had 2 bounces here, and the more times you test this support area, the weaker that it gets. And if we do get a flush below 620, we are looking at that 550 line as clear support. As you guys can see here, we did hold it back on March 2021, again on March 2021, and fast forwarding to May, we did have a nice bounce, and obviously you guys can see the results of that, right? We bounced above that and went straight above $1,000. Here we are once more, and we are looking weaker, right? We can't break 780. It is in a downtrend. It broke the key line of 780, and we haven't been able to get above it ever since the break back on early May, I should say, right? We bounced here, the bulls stepped in, and unfortunately the bulls did step in. However, they still cannot break above 780, and to me, all signs point to a move lower. So guys, watch below 780 for a potential down move to 620. And if we do see market weakness on the S&P 500, where we break below 4,000, we're definitely going to see 550 again on Tesla. Now, to the bull side, what am I looking at? Again, guys, I'm definitely looking at about that $780 to $800 line. A rejection here most recently last week, And as you guys can see here from last year in April 2021, we did have a rejection and we did spend quite a bit of time below 780. And guys, to me, this looks like the exact same pattern playing out for a move lower. All right, so definitely watch Tesla going into next week, as it does have a lot of rumors with the cut of the workforce. And it's not just Tesla, guys. A lot of places are cutting back employees, and NVIDIA is doing the same thing. So it's going around, and the momentum in the markets and the catalyst and overall, it just doesn't look good. All signs point to the market heading down lower, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm definitely going to look above that 4,200 line, not the S&P 500. If we do get above that, we're looking at 4,300, and we're going to take it step by step. But to me, it does look like a move lower on the markets, and names like Microsoft, Tesla, NIO, and even Amazon might get affected heading into next week. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining. Be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and get the notifications, as we do report our videos every single Sunday, right? So don't miss them. Be sure to check us out. Thank you so much, guys, and see you guys next week.